Hello everyone. It has been a busy week. I have restocked where I am selling bread to help bring some income onto the homestead 3 times now. It has actually gone crazy with this, so it's put me behind a bit. Let me turn this down. So anyways, I had promised y'all we got Thanksgiving coming up, and with that, I know there's a lot of people that don't know. When I first started, I think it was last year, when we had our first Thanksgiving, I honestly have to say, my poor husband, God love him, he knows what kind of cook I am and everything, and he absolutely has loved the food. But I think that was the worst Thanksgiving I ever gave him because I was so new. I had no idea what to feed him, but I did my best. He had a pumpkin pie and he had some dinner rolls, or what seemed to have been dinner rolls. And so this year I have vowed to make it a whole lot better on him. And that's what I'm here to do with you. I'm going to take this in sections basically, but I'm starting out with cranberry sauce. And I have some cranberry sauce that I took and I got some cranberry juice from. I had bought 2 bags of the sauce, or the cranberries, strained the juice, and now I have the pulp. And I am going to actually make sauce out of this pulp, and I'm going to take you with me to make you a really nice, flavorful cranberry sauce that a diabetic can absolutely have. So let's go to the kitchen and let's make this. Okay, my family, so as I told you, I am using the pulp from the cranberries left over from my juice. None of this is absolutely going to waste. So, and when I make this big old stock, honestly, some of this we're having tonight with some Cornish hens, and I'm going to be making some stuffing to go with this. All of it low carb, and then the cranberry sauce because, well, we just happen to like it, and it's that time of year. So this is actually going to be a double recipe. So I have, it calls for 12 ounces of fresh cranberries. I am using pulp, so I'm going to take this through, and I will, like I always do, leave the recipe in the description for you all. It requires 1 cup of a powdered sweetener. So in my case, you've seen what I've done. I've got 2 packages. So you need 12 ounces of fresh cranberries, 1 cup of powdered sweetener, 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of orange zest, and a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. So what the directions called to do is add all the ingredients in a medium saucepan and bring to a boil. Simmer over medium heat, stirring occasionally until most of the berries have popped. The sauce will thicken as it cools. So, I am actually going to be adding some other variations to this. Now, most of them have an orange juice. If you don't have oranges just for the zest, you can use orange extract. So I am actually going to be using zest in mine. So I have already pretty much taken the process of popping all of my berries, but I still need, because I drained all the juice, so I'm going to need that liquid. I'm going to go ahead and add my 1 cup of water to this. And honestly, I'm going to go with a ½ cup right now and see where this goes. Because these were previously frozen. Oh yeah, this is good for me. Oh, I needed to do that. And what I'm basically doing is just showing you what you can do to have cranberry sauce. Okay, so now I need orange zest, and I need about a teaspoon. Oranges make a lovely flavor when it comes to cranberries. And you can add as much orange zest or flavoring as you want. I'm probably going to end up using all this because, like I said, I'm doing a double batch, so. But it seems like a nice size orange. About half of that is about a teaspoon, y'all. All right. There's our orange zest. Now I need about a half teaspoon of cinnamon. This down just a bit now. Oh yeah. I mean, just a little bit more liquid now. I keep an eye on mine here. Okay, so now I need my cinnamon. Oh, that's gonna taste so good. I done this one last year and it was absolutely amazing. But unfortunately, I also learned, because I'm using sweetener, not that's made for a diabetic, it is not cannable, y'all. We cannot can this, but we can absolutely freeze this. So if you make up enough like I am doing right now, you can easily put this in a container and then put it in your freezer for Thanksgiving. So this is something you can do ahead of time. Now I need a pinch of salt. A little extra. And then 1 cup of my sweetener. I am actually going to take and do the testing on mine for flavor. Cup. Also adding some more water. Oh, if you guys could smell this. I don't know. I've always loved fresh cranberries. I will be testing this for sweetness here just a minute, and my flavors to see if I need to adjust anything. And that's what's nice, you get a basic recipe but you can always adjust it. And if I wanted to, I can even add some pecans to this at the moment too. Go ahead and test this. Oh, y'all. Oh my goodness, y'all. This doesn't even taste like it's made for a diabetic. It is actually amazing. This is absolutely amazing, y'all. And now I'm going to just go ahead and let this cook, let this thicken up a bit. And once it does, I will be right back and show you how to finish this off, or what you can do. Okay, y'all, so now we got this good and hot. It's boiling and we don't want it to get where it sticks at the bottom of the pot. So now I'm going to turn this off and set it aside. Allow it to cool. It will thicken as it cools. And I'm going to tell y'all, this is the best cranberry sauce that I have eaten, especially for one that is actually low carb and for diabetics. This is actually amazing. Now for me, I am going to be adding some pecans in this because, well, we just happen to like that flavor too. And it's just more of a festive flavor dish. So I am going to be using some of this evening, and I'm going to allow it to come completely cooled off. And I will be setting some of this aside in the freezer come Thanksgiving. All I have to do is pull it out, defrost it, heat it, and we have cranberry sauce. This is one I don't have to worry about when Thanksgiving comes around. It's already done. Plus, like I said, we are having Cornish hens, so this is just a really nice comparison to go with it. Now, in the meantime, I have the oven set for 300 degrees because I am fixing to show you how to make a bread dressing to go for Thanksgiving as well. So, and what I am going to be using is, I'm going to be using keto bread. Now, I'm going to be making a smaller batch of this, but again, like I always do, I will be putting the recipe in the description and giving you the instructions on how to do this. So right now I'm waiting for my oven to come up to 300. I am going to be getting my bread on a baking pan, and I will be toasting this in the oven. That's the first step that we need to do, and that's exactly what I'm fixing to do. So once I get this toasted, I will be right back and show you what to do next. Okay, my family, so I have just now toasted my keto bread, and I'm actually going to break these now into about 2-inch pieces. You don't have to be precise because I'm going to tell you, even if you use a knife, you're not going to get these precise. So just break them up in nice pieces, about 2 inches. And now I've also, I've had the oven on 300 to toast this, but I raised it up now to 325, and that's when I'm going to go ahead and bake this bread stuffing. So now my next step is we are going to take and use some sausage. Now I'm actually going to try some sage sausage. So, at this point, you can use whatever kind you want. I just decided sage sausage would probably be a really good flavor since it's a bread dressing. So, like I said, you can use a breakfast one if you want to, but we're using sage. So, we're going to go ahead and get this all fried up. Once I get this fried up, we'll be back and I will assemble this entire dish together and then get it in the oven. Alright, my family, so we have finished frying up 1 pound of sausage. This recipe actually serves 10. It does leave you instructions if you want to stuff a turkey with this. I will include those instructions as well because you will be decreasing some of these ingredients like the broth. But I will go ahead and do both ways. I don't normally stuff my turkey, so I'm just going to keep it like it is. But after frying up our sausage, it says to remove the sausage into a separate dish, reserving the fat, because we are actually going to be using this to cook up our next ingredients. Now we're going to take a half stick of butter. Or no, 1 stick of butter, sorry. Let me turn that down, y'all. Alright, so after adding our stick of butter, we're now going to, let's see here, add our onions. We have 3/4 of a cup of chopped onions, along with 1/4 cup of green onions. And you can add as much as you want, y'all. That's one of them recipes. That's what you do. And then we're going to add our celery as well. And our celery, we need 1 cup. Now we're just going to mix this together. And just basically we're softening while we're taking the pan drippings as well. Just going to saute these up for a bit, for about 7 to 9 minutes until these are tender. I can already tell you right now, y'all, this is going to be way better than what I did to my poor hubby last year. God love that man. I was so new to low carb, and I have learned so much within a year. Well, almost a year and a half now. And that's the reason why I pass it on to you, because when I said I know the struggle is real, I've been there. And we're going to go ahead and let these vegetables soften up, and once they soften up, we'll be back with the next ingredients. Okay, y'all, so now we need 1 teaspoon of garlic, and I don't like garlic presses for this reason, so I will do this on my own. I don't know about y'all. If you know of a good garlic press, please let me know, because these things I've been getting are just not that great. I can actually do this on my own, so we're going to go ahead and mince up some garlic here right quick. And we're only going to cook this for about a minute, and then we're going to take it off of the heat. All we're going to do is actually just release the flavor scents in it. And I'm going to go ahead and get my baking pan ready, because we are fixing to grease this and set this up together. So let me go ahead and make the room for this, and we'll be right back. Alright, you want to take and grease your baking pan that you're fixing to use. And you're going to need a large bowl as well for mixing all of this in. So I'm going to set this aside, because this is what we're going to do next. So I'm going to turn this off on my heat. Now I'm going to add my breadcrumbs to our bowl. Then we're going to add our sausage. Next we're going to add our parsley, chopped parsley. And you'll need about, on the chopped parsley, you need 1/3 of a cup. Find out what I just did with that. I just had it, y'all. I promise you. It's just one of them days today. I've been multitasking, and yeah, well, alright, so 1/3 of a cup of parsley. Need a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. 1.5 teaspoons of poultry seasoning. Again, go by your flavor. We're going to need to add our vegetables and our fat to this, the whole entire pan. Mix this up as well. Y'all look, that's some pretty bread stuffing. Some of these just a little bit too big. I'm going to break them down a little bit more. And then you'll need, unless you are stuffing a turkey, you're going to need 1 cup of chicken broth. And that's it. Now I'm going to mix this all up together. Make room, and I will be back with my casserole dish. Now we're going to take our greased casserole dish and we're going to put all of our ingredients inside of this dish. We're going to be using our preheated 325 degree oven. Y'all, this is amazing looking, and it smells so good. Low carb does not have to be boring, and I'm the one that spends hours at a time finding just that right recipe so nobody has to keep going through the things that I do and the trials and errors. I have a beautiful cranberry sauce. We have a very nice bread stuffing. I'm going to have leftovers on this one, so. And now we're going to cover this up. Once we cover this up, I will tell you what our next steps are. Now this is going to bake in the oven covered. Let's see here. For 30 minutes. So I'm going to get this in the oven and we'll be right back. Okay, my family, so after you bake this for 30 minutes, you're going to uncover it, you're going to put it back in your oven, and you're going to bake it for another 10 to 15 minutes until it's heated completely through. And at this point, you should be able to have your bread stuffing and you can serve it. Now, if you're going to stuff a turkey with this dressing, it is advised to use half of the broth, and it says here if using it to stuff, you do not need to bake beforehand. This recipe makes enough to stuff a 10 to 12 pound turkey, following the roasting instructions that come with your turkey for a stuffed bird. So if this is what you're looking for, this would be a great low carb recipe. Now the macros on this one here, the carbohydrates, now I believe this is per serving. Like I said, this is 10 servings, you all. So carbohydrates are 14 grams with 11 grams of fiber. So that will cut your grams down to 3 grams of carbs, and it's only got 1 gram of sugar. So this is doable as far as having a bread, and most of those carbs are actually going to come from the keto bread. Most diabetics can safely use this keto bread, and this would make a great alternative for a bread stuffing. Along with the cranberry sauce, this actually speaks Thanksgiving to me, y'all, and I had to share it with you. And although we are having it for supper tonight, it was something I just wanted, And so we are going to try the bread stuffing as well this evening. I am actually getting ready, as this stuffing is cooking, I'm getting ready to put our Cornish hens with rotisserie sugar-free seasoning on top of it as well. So I'm hoping that this video has given you some ideas of what you can do for Thanksgiving if you're a diabetic. In some ways Mediterranean, because it is all natural homemade ingredients. So I'm hoping you enjoyed this video. I'm hoping it helps you, and I hope it brings you faith and hope that Thanksgiving isn't lost, y'all. We all know the struggle, and I'm here to help you through it as much as I possibly can. With much, much love to you, and so thankful for your patience waiting upon me while I've been working through all of this. I want to say to you, I love you dearly, and until next time, we will see you again from Parton's Heritage Homestead.